Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, action.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to day 5 of the 10X Mindset Challenge. My name is Michael Blunt, and I'm excited to have you back for another day, another dollar, another mindset change, another mindset shift. So before we get started, a few housekeeping items to take care of. Remember to go into the Energy Mastery School in order to get your workbook. You can see any of the pre-recordings in the events tab, in the classroom tab, and connect with your accountability partners, as well as make sure that you're doing the journaling or the workbook that we have along the way. So we have 2 more days after today. We have today, and then we have Monday and Tuesday of next week for a total of 7 business days. And I'm excited. We're going to have some exciting stuff for next week. And that's about it. So if you have that, let's start getting prepared for a meditation. My favorite part of this whole session, start getting into a comfortable position. Close your eyes and completely exhale to relax. Take a breath in. And exhale to relax. Start to generate the image of someone who you love very deeply and who loves you back equally the same. This could be a person, it could be a pet, but start to imagine this person or this soul in your head and give this person a color. It could be pink, yellow, orange, green, but the essence of their energy start to generate that color. And once you have that in your mind, picture that energy now coming into your heart and filling your body, restoring you, making you whole, giving you the motivation, the resiliency, and the fortitude that you need in order to get through the day and the rest of the week. Allow this energy and this love to completely relax you, to keep you calm, to give you healing energy, as well as to give you advice on anything that you might be having troubles with. And as you do this, and as you completely protect yourself with this energy, imagine the energy now forming around you as a bubble, protecting you from any outside forces. And the color of this energy coming from the top of your head, from the sky, all the way through your spine, through your body, to the middle of the earth to ground you. Breathe and release. Breathe and release. Let's start to transition into our deep breaths. I want you now to take a deep inhale through your nose. And hold. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, and exhale. Deep inhale through the nose. And hold, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, and exhale. Now bring your hands to your heart to activate heart coherence meditation. And continue to generate those feelings of love from the soul who loves you and that you love dearly. Picture them smiling and start to bring a slight smile to your face. As you take a deep inhale through your nose. And hold. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhale through the nose. And hold. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, and exhale. For the last one, bring a big smile to your face. And when we exhale, we're going to laugh it out. So deep inhale through your nose with a big smile. And pause. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, and now we're going to laugh it out. All right. Thank you for joining another meditation on day 5. Again, these are my favorite parts of the session. It really grounds me and it really calms me down. But it also gets me set up for today. How you start your day is how you end your day. So these are really important to me. All right, let's quickly get into the recap. Day 1 started off with my background, how depression or thoughts of depression saved my life. You know, going from an emotional rock bottom place and feeling stuck and limited to completely reprogramming my whole mindset, getting more into meditation, biohacking, subconscious reprogramming, and accelerating my life to 10x my mindset and have breakthrough goals and exponential growth and transformation, which is the reason why I've created Energy Mastery School, as well as a 7-day challenge, because I wanted everyone to have access to the same information. We then moved into clarity around what is our mindset around wealth and being able to choose wealth, and then choosing our 10x focus goals, doubling down on our focus goals, our 10x focus goals, and then moving into the confidence to backwards gain, and appreciating our progress and our accomplishments before. So if you want more information on that and details of how we did that and stepping through that, make sure to go to the pre-recordings on YouTube or within the community. They're in both locations, and you can watch the videos from day 1 to day 4. And after this is done, day 5 again. So let's get into day 5. Day 5 is very special to me because this is all about giving advice to our current self. And a quote that always comes to mind when I'm doing this particular exercise is from Alan D. Bolton, in which he said, if you're not embarrassed by what you did 12 years, or excuse me, if you're not embarrassed by what you did 12 months ago, then you haven't learned enough. And so everybody can think back to 10, 20 years when they were younger and some embarrassing situations. Some people might feel anger. Others might feel resentment. Others might feel guilt, shame, excitement. There's a whole wide range of feelings and emotions that tie back to particular times where you felt like, man, I wish I had known more during that time. I wish I'd had this advice at that time. I wish I had been wiser. I wish I had made better decisions at that time. Even if we go back to 2013, we can think about 10 years ago. And the assignment the other day was, what was the backwards game? What did you accomplish? How did you progress? But also, what happened? Where were you at that time? What were you doing? Who were you? Who were you dating? What decisions were you making that you're no longer making now? And so once we start to do that, we can be excited about the future, but have empathy and compassion for the past. And no longer let that define us, but understand from our future self that we can completely change that. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. But before we do that, let me give you a little framework. I want to give you a framework of how to progress through your future state and the different stages that you need to focus on in order for you to have a clear vision so that you can give that advice back to your present self, which is now. Because remember, as of day 5, we are now in 2033. So I'm 40 years old. And so now I'm 50 years old. And now I'm making decisions as my 50-year-old self. So what decisions am I making and what advice am I giving to my past or my former self, which is right now at 40 years old? So this is the way that the framework works. You always are defined by your vision, not your identity. So your vision shapes your identity. Your identity shapes the process or your actions, and your actions shape who you are and who you're becoming. Now let's go step by step with that. Your vision shapes your identity. Now, some people, I would say more with the conventional wisdom and the conventional means to success, argue against that and say, no, it should be your identity first. Your identity tells everything. And so let's think about why we started with our vision first. Let's suppose my identity was that of a famous, active football player. I'm in the NFL and I'm just doing really well. Well, what happens when I get injured? Now I'm the former NFL player. And that was based on my whole identity. So if I let that become my identity, then a number of things might happen. I could possibly limit my growth. I can probably go into a depression, or I can probably be stuck in this box of trying to continue being this football player again and again and again, but I'm completely injured and I can't play anymore. So what's my identity now? Now I have to change my identity. But if my vision was different, what if my vision, instead of me being a famous football player, that I mastered my number one passion in life? I mastered and monetized my number one passion in life. That's my vision. If I could just live out and do whatever I was passionate about, and if I can, become financially free doing that, that would be amazing. And I want to master it to the best of my ability. I want to give 120,000%. That's my vision. Well, I become a famous football player. What happens when I get injured? Well, now I have options because I've mastered my passion, which was football. Now I could write a book about football. Now I could coach. Now I could become a trainer. There's so many different things. I can become a broadcaster. There's so many different things that I can do with that vision, because the process is always going to change and adjust to the vision, but not the other way around. So it leaves me with a lot more options. It leaves me psychologically flexible, and it leaves me resilient. So always define your vision, because remember, your mind is going to expand to the depth and the expansiveness of your vision always. So allow that to happen. So we're going from our vision to our identity, now our identity to our actions or our process. So once I've discovered what my identity is, I'm a master at my passion. What are my actions? Well, I better start learning about that. I better start becoming an expert in the field. And if that's what football, then I better become the best football player. I better learn the sport inside and out. I better live and breathe this. I also better become a master at finances if I want to monetize it. And it will probably behoove me if I learned about business as well. Business, finances, and football. Because I'm mastering and I'm monetizing my passion. That's my identity. I'm a student of learning. I'm a constant learner. So my identity is that of a learner, a master. So now that has shaped my actions, and my actions now have shaped who I am. Your actions and what you do and what you continuously do is who you are and who you're becoming. So those are the 4 different stages: vision, identity, process or actions, who you're becoming. Now, why is this important? Well, this is important for day 5 in giving advice to our current self, because what if you had that vision clearly defined 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Then you would start making completely different decisions, actions. You would have a completely different attitude, and you might be in a completely different place. Having that conscious awareness alone allows you to 10x and accelerate your goals and your success, rather than conventional wisdom, which is 2xing. So we can't ruminate on the past, but we can do something about the future, because our future now dictates our present. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to let our vision now being consciously aware that we can use that vision and we can now make decisions in our current self? The decisions that we couldn't make before because we weren't exactly aware and we weren't exactly clear on our vision, but now we are. We defined our 10x goals. We defined a category. We've projected in day 4 every single category as far as finances, family, friends, relationships, every single thing. And we've defined that and we've projected out into 2033. So now let's start to picture yourself in 2033. We're now in 2033. What is some of the advice that you're going to give? And if that's a little hard for you to do, start thinking about the advice that you gave to yourself 10 years ago. What advice would you give to yourself in 2013? If you're in 2013, if you're thinking back to 2013, what is the advice that you would give to yourself? As a matter of fact, let me share with you some of the advice that I would give to myself, or that I have given myself over time. I gave myself the advice to be patient, to have more fun, to love myself more, because at that time, I had low self-worth. To value my worth, don't be afraid to take risks. I was risk adverse. Know that you're going to be a completely different person. I had short hair back then. I have a lot of hair now. Than who you are, and that you are not alone. I always say to everybody, especially in this community, that it's okay to be independent, but that doesn't mean that you need to be alone. You can be a self-starter, you can be independent, you can do things, and you can be a maverick and a mover and shaker. But why would you want to do that alone when you have an army of people to love and support you? I didn't have that support system then, but I do now. And pressure makes diamonds. You have an army of people that love and support you, and pressure makes diamonds. And you're going to get and have everything that you want because you deserve it. I did not think that I was going to have it all back then. But I feel that way now. And that's why I'm sharing this wisdom and advice with you. So if I can give that same advice 10 years ago to my 2013 self, what advice in 2033, now we're in 2033, would I give to myself now, today? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's probably very similar, if not almost the same. There are going to be some things that are different, sure. But it's probably going to be similar, very equal advice. Well, if that's the case, then you can start making the decision now to love yourself more, to value yourself more, to know that you have a support system, to know that you have an army of people who love and support you and want to push you forward, and that pressure makes diamonds, and that everything is going to be okay, and that you're going to have everything that you want, that you are dreaming about now. So what are the things that you're dreaming about right now that you're like, man, it just seems so out of reach? It just seems so far away from me. Well, we've brought the future into the present now, so they shouldn't be that far away from you. And if you can accomplish what you did from 2013 to 2023, which is today, then you can do the same thing. So we can start acting as if, embodying now. We can be wealthy now. The time is now. There's a famous quote that said that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time is today, now. So start being those things now and start giving that advice today to yourself and start doing it, because you didn't have that 10 years ago, but you have that awareness today. So that's going to be your assignment. You're in 2033, and you're going to give that advice of who you are, where you are, what you're doing, and how you should be acting, thinking, feeling, and just advice, mentoring. Because remember, your future self is not who you are right now. It's actually a better version of who you are right now. And your most authentic self is actually your future self. So as we conclude that, I wanted to set you up for next week. So today is Friday. We're going to go into Monday and Tuesday because we're going business days, 7 business days. And I'm going to give you a rest over the weekend. Try to digest everything that we did from days 1 through 5. Rewrite it, share it with your friends. Remember, it's a free challenge. You can share the link. Everybody can do it. Your mom, dad, grandparents, sister, brother. You can speak to your cat or your dog. I know I speak to my cat all the time. You can share it with strangers, but share this information. Don't just keep it to yourself. And get ready to start back again on Monday and Tuesday of next week, our final 2 days, because I'm going to have a surprise for you. I'm going to have special guests that are going to come in, and they're going to share their journey on how they 10x and use this information, just like you are right now, how they've used this information to completely transform and 10x their lives and what the results were. We want results, right? We don't want to just be in imaginary land and just be in our journal the whole time. We want results. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to talk about what are the next steps? What happens after 7 days? Is that it? No. I give you a hint. It's not it. This is just the appetizer. This is the appetizer to go into something a lot more deeper, a lot more fulfilling. Because we're talking about a lot of concepts right now. We're changing our mindset. But what about the physical results? I want to actually live and see this and touch it and feel it and smell it and hear it. I want the physical manifestation. Well, what happens then, Michael? Because we did a lot of journaling. I've shifted my mindset. I've closed the gap between like strengths and weaknesses and all these different things. Okay, what now? Now the 7 days is over. Now we're going to live in that physical reality. We're going to create reality on our own terms, but we're also going to live physically in that reality. So we're going to get into the deprogramming of removing and eliminating 80%, all the stuff that's holding you back. We're then going to completely eliminate that system, that old self-image, and then we're going to reprogram and install brand new system, brand new thoughts, brand new feelings and emotions and actions and behaviors, and screw in new neural hardware into your brain. And then we're going to logically manifest so that you can physically experience this in your life. And that is going to be in our 21 days to energy mastery. And we can do that, everything that I just said, in 21 days. We did this in 7, we can do that in 21 days. So you'll be ready for it. We'll talk about it more next week. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you all